The Spark Within, Discovering Your Life's Purpose. What makes you leap out of bed in the morning, heart racing with excitement? What keeps you awake at night, dreaming of possibilities? If you're sitting there, wondering what your purpose in life is, you're not alone. That quiet whisper in your heart, that restless tug in your soul, it's the spark within calling you to find meaning, to uncover why you're here. Finding your life's purpose isn't just a lofty idea reserved for philosophers or dreamers. It's a journey every one of us can take, a journey that lights up our lives with joy, direction, and fulfillment. Today, let's walk that path together, exploring what it means to find your purpose and how it can transform everything. The universal question, why am I here? At some point, we all ask ourselves, what's the point? Maybe it hits you during a quiet moment, staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Or maybe it creeps in during a mundane day at work, when you realize you're just going through the motions. That question, why am I here, is universal. It's raw, it's human, and it's beautiful because it means you're ready to dig deeper. I remember a story about a woman named Sarah, a corporate lawyer who had it all. A corner office, a six-figure salary, and a life that looked perfect on paper. But every morning she woke up with a knot in her stomach, dreading the day ahead. She felt like a stranger in her own life. One day, while volunteering at a local community center, she taught a writing class for kids. Watching their faces light up as they shared their stories, Sarah felt something she hadn't felt in years: joy. That moment was her spark. She didn't quit her job overnight, but she started writing again, something she'd loved as a child. Over time, she built a life around her passion for storytelling, eventually becoming a children's book author. Sarah's story reminds us that purpose isn't always found in grand gestures. It's often in the small moments that make your heart sing. Your purpose doesn't have to be world-changing, like curing cancer or ending world hunger. It could be as simple as bringing joy to others, teaching, creating, or building something meaningful. The key is that it resonates with you. It's the thing that makes you feel alive, like you're exactly where you're meant to be. Listen to your inner voice. So, how do you start? It begins with listening, really listening to that quiet voice inside you. Life is noisy. Between work deadlines, social media notifications, and the constant hum of responsibilities, it's easy to drown out your own thoughts. But that voice, the one whispering what you love, what you dream of, what you're curious about, it's still there. You just need to give it space to speak. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I love doing? What would I do if I weren't afraid of failing? If money and time weren't obstacles, how would I spend my days? Don't overthink it. Just let the answers bubble up. Maybe it's painting, mentoring others, gardening, or exploring new cultures. These answers are clues, like breadcrumbs leading you to your purpose. When I was younger, I thought my purpose had to be something grand, like becoming a world-famous scientist. But every time I tried to force myself into that mold, I felt miserable. Then one day, I started writing nothing fancy, just journaling my thoughts. It felt like coming home. Over time, I realized my purpose wasn't tied to fame or accolades. It was about connecting with others through words, sharing ideas, and sparking inspiration. That realization changed everything. It gave me direction, not because it was a clear destination, but because it felt right.
Embracing the messy journey.
Here's the truth. Finding your purpose isn't a straight line. It's a winding, messy, beautiful journey, full of detours and surprises. And that's okay. Too often we think purpose is a single moment of clarity, like a lightning bolt from the sky. But for most of us, it's more like piecing together a puzzle, one small discovery at a time. Think about Michael, a man who spent years working as a chef, only to realize his true calling was teaching others about sustainable farming. He didn't wake up one day with a divine revelation. Instead, he followed his curiosity about where food comes from, took a weekend farming workshop, and slowly fell in love with the idea of connecting people to the earth. Each step, each experiment brought him closer to his purpose. He didn't have all the answers at the start, and neither do you. What matters is taking that first step, even if it's small. The journey can feel daunting because it often means facing fears. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But here's a secret. Those fears are proof you're on the right track. They mean you care deeply about what you're pursuing. The trick is to act despite the fear. Start small. If you love music but haven't played an instrument in years, pick up a guitar for 10 minutes a day. If you dream of starting a business, write down one idea. Every tiny action builds momentum, and momentum builds courage. The power of small moments. Purpose doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it's hidden in the ordinary moments that light you up. Think about the last time you lost track of time doing something you love. Maybe it was helping a friend solve a problem, cooking a meal that brought your family together, or sketching in a notebook. Those moments are your compass. I once met a man named David at a community event. He was a retired accountant in his late 60s who felt like he'd missed his chance to find meaning. But during our conversation, his eyes lit up when he talked about fixing old bicycles for his grandkids. He'd spend hours in his garage, tinkering and teaching them how to ride. That was his spark. With a little encouragement, David started a small program to repair and donate bikes to kids in his neighborhood. It wasn't a global movement, but it gave him a sense of purpose that radiated through his community. His story shows that purpose isn't about scale, it's about impact, no matter how small. Try this. Keep a spark journal for a week. Write down moments when you feel energized, fulfilled, or deeply connected to what you're doing. Maybe it's when you're teaching someone, creating something, or solving a problem. Look for patterns. Those moments are your guideposts, pointing you toward what matters most. Letting go of expectations. One of the biggest obstacles to finding purpose is the weight of expectations both from others and ourselves. We live in a world that loves to tell us who we should be. Society says you should have a certain job, earn a certain income, or follow a certain path to be successful. But purpose isn't about checking boxes. It's about what feels authentic to you. Let's talk about Maya, a young woman who grew up in a family of doctors. Everyone assumed she'd follow in their footsteps, and for a while, she tried. She enrolled in medical school, but every day felt like a battle against her own heart. What she really loved was photography, capturing raw, human moments through her lens. It took courage, but Maya eventually left medical school to pursue photography full-time. Today, she travels the world, documenting stories of resilience and hope. Her family didn't understand at first, but they saw how her work transformed her. Maya's purpose wasn't what others expected, it was what made her soul come alive. Ask yourself, what expectations am I carrying that don't belong to me? Maybe it's a career path, a lifestyle, or even a version of success that doesn't feel right. Let them go. Your purpose is yours alone, and it's waiting for you to claim it. The ripple effect of purpose. When you start living with purpose, something magical happens. It doesn't just change you, it changes the world around you. Purpose is contagious. When you're lit up by what you do, you inspire others to find their own spark. Think about a teacher who made you believe in yourself, or a friend whose passion for their craft made you want to chase your own dreams. That's the ripple effect. Consider Anna, a single mother who discovered her purpose in advocating for mental health awareness after her own struggles with anxiety. She started a small support group in her community, sharing her story and listening to others. That group grew into a nonprofit that now helps hundreds of people. Anna didn't set out to change the world, she just followed her heart. But her purpose created waves, touching lives she'll never even meet. Your purpose doesn't have to be big to make a difference. Maybe you're a parent raising kind, curious kids. Maybe you're an artist creating work that brings joy. Every act of purpose sends ripples into the world, making it a little brighter, a little kinder. Overcoming roadblocks. Of course, the path to purpose isn't always smooth. Life throws curveballs, bills to pay, unexpected setbacks, moments of doubt. But those challenges don't mean you're on the wrong path. They're part of the journey. When you hit a roadblock, remind yourself why you started. Reconnect with that spark. If you're feeling stuck, try this. Break your goal into the smallest possible step. Want to start a business but don't know where to begin? Spend 15 minutes researching one idea. Dream of writing a book but feel overwhelmed? Write one paragraph. Small actions keep you moving forward, even when the path feels unclear. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Friends, mentors, or even online communities on platforms like X, where you can find others chasing their dreams. You don't have to do this alone. Purpose evolves, and that's okay. Here's something liberating. Your purpose doesn't have to stay the same forever. As you grow, your purpose might shift. What lights you up at 20 might not be the same at 40. And that's not failure, it's growth. Think of purpose as a living, breathing thing that evolves with you. Take James, who spent his 20s as a musician, pouring his heart into his songs. In his 30s, he found a new purpose in teaching music to underprivileged kids. Both paths were true to him at different stages of life. Purpose isn't a destination, it's a way of living. A commitment to following what feels meaningful at each chapter of your story. Your next step. So, where do you go from here? Start small, but start today. Take one action that aligns with your spark. Maybe it's signing up for a class, volunteering, or simply sitting down to reflect on what you love. You don't need to have all the answers, just the courage to take the next step. Picture this. A year from now, you're waking up each day with a sense of purpose. You're not just going through the motions, you're living a life that feels like yours. It's not perfect, but it's real and it's beautiful. That future is possible, and it starts with the choices you make right now. A final spark. Finding your purpose is like chasing a star. It's not always clear. And the path might twist and turn, but it's always there, guiding you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to listen to that spark within, take one brave step, and trust that the rest will unfold. So, dear listener, what's your spark? What makes your heart race, your soul sing? Whatever it is, it's worth chasing. You are worth chasing. Your purpose is out there waiting for you to claim it. Go find it. The world needs your light.